Hello and welcome. So you found an unusual lump on your hand, and understandably, you're a little concerned. In this explainer, we're going to walk through exactly what a giant cell tumor of the tendon sheath is and what you can expect. Let's get right into it. Maybe you've noticed this small, firm bump on your finger or your hand, something that just wasn't there before. And look, it's completely natural to feel a wave of anxiety when you find something like that. You're probably thinking, what is this? And more importantly, what do I do about it?
Okay, let's get straight to the single most important point here. If it turns out to be a giant cell tumor of the tendon sheath, or GCTS for short, the key word you need to hear is benign. And benign means it is not cancerous. It's just a growth that forms in that thin lining, the sheath, that wraps around the tendons in your hand.
And I know this might feel like a really strange, isolating thing to have, but it's actually pretty common. I mean, after ganglion cysts, those super common fluid-filled lumps, GCTS is the second most frequent type of growth found in the hand. So you are definitely not alone here.
All right, so what does this thing actually look and feel like? And who's most likely to get one? Let's break down the common profile.
Well, there's a pretty specific profile for GCTS. It usually shows up in adults, say between 20 and 50 years old. And for whatever reason, it's a little more common in women. The classic story we hear is a slow-growing lump, typically on a finger, that really doesn't cause much pain, if any at all. Sound familiar?
Okay, so you've got a lump, and it kind of fits the description. The next logical step, of course, is figuring out for sure what it is. So let's walk through how doctors actually nail down the diagnosis.
You know, a diagnosis really has two sides to it. There's what you feel, your symptoms. Maybe that's a bit of stiffness or some discomfort when you try to grip something. And then there's what your doctor finds during the exam, the signs. They'll feel a firm, solid mass. And here's a cool little trick. Unlike a cyst that's filled with fluid, a doctor's light won't shine through it. That tells them it's solid.
Now, even though these are typically slow-growing and painless, there are a few red flags you should absolutely watch for. If that lump starts growing quickly, or if it starts to cause pain that's actually getting in the way of your day-to-day life, or if you feel any numbness or tingling, that's your cue. That's when you need to see a doctor right away.
So your doctor's visit will probably start with a simple physical exam, and honestly, that's often enough to get a pretty good idea of what's going on. But to get a clear picture, they might bring in some other tools. An ultrasound can confirm that it's a solid mass, not a cyst. An X-ray can check to see if it's putting any pressure on the bone underneath.
But really, the gold standard for getting all the nitty-gritty details is an MRI. Think of this scan as giving your surgeon a super precise map of the tumor. It shows the exact size, the margins, and how close it is to all the important stuff like nerves and tendons. This is all about planning, making sure the surgery has the best possible outcome.
All right, so you've got a confirmed diagnosis. What's next? Well, when it comes to treatment for GCTS, the path forward is actually very, very clear. So, what's the game plan? With GCTS, pills aren't going to do it, and just watching and waiting is rarely the right move. The one definitive treatment is surgical removal. That's it. It's also known as an excision.
Now, I know the word surgery can sound a little intimidating, but this procedure is really precise and focused. Your surgeon makes a small incision right over the lung, carefully removes the tumor, and then, and this is important, they check the area for any smaller, satellite growths that might be hanging around nearby. And throughout the whole thing, they take extreme care to protect all those important nerves and tendons.
So, the big question, how well does this surgery actually work? The success rates are fantastic. In about 90% of cases, a complete removal means that tumor is gone for good. Now, is there a small chance of it coming back? Yes, that's what we call recurrence. But surgery gives you by far the best possible shot at a permanent fix. Okay, the procedure is done. Now the focus shifts to healing. So what does that road to recovery actually look like?
Your recovery is going to be monitored through a couple of follow-up appointments. You'll typically head back in about a week or two for a wound check and to get your sutures removed. Then another check-in around a month or so later, just make sure everything is healing up nicely and your hand function is getting back to normal.
At home, your job is actually pretty simple. Just keep the area clean and dry. And here's a pro tip. Elevating your hand for the first couple of days really helps with swelling and comfort. Over-the-counter pain relievers are usually all you need to manage any discomfort. Don't be surprised if you see a little swelling and bruising. That's totally normal.
The key to a great recovery here is balance. On one hand, you'll want to start some gentle finger movements pretty quickly to stop things from getting stiff.
But on the other hand, you absolutely need to avoid heavy lifting or anything strenuous for a few weeks to let all those deeper tissues heal properly. And hey, if stiffness does become an issue, physical therapy can work wonders.
All right, let's wrap this up by talking about the potential risks and, most importantly, end on a really reassuring note about the overall outlook.
It's so important to put risks into perspective, right? So it's pretty common to have some temporary stiffness or maybe a little sensitivity around the scar as you heal. That's normal stuff. The more serious complications, like an injury to a nerve or tendon, are incredibly rare, especially when you have an experienced hand surgeon doing the procedure.
After surgery, you need to be your own best advocate, so keep an eye out for a few key warning signs. If you notice increasing redness, warmth, or any drainage, if you get a fever or chills, or if the pain or swelling is getting worse, not better, or you notice any new numbness or weakness, don't just wait and see. Call your doctor's office. Being proactive is a huge part of a smooth recovery.
So let's end on this really key takeaway. Look, finding a lump is stressful, no doubt about it. But the outlook for a GCTS is overwhelmingly positive. The treatment is incredibly effective, the recovery is totally manageable, and the long-term outcome for almost everyone is excellent. If there's one single thing to remember from all this, it's this. It's a fixable problem with a very clear path back to normal.